Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Walker if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll take your data Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Hansen the Represent. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and
For the 5 minutes of news for the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Today is Wednesday, January 15, 2025. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah Naketa Roberts. In the headlines, President Joseph Walker says the arrest agenda is more than just a plan, but an agreement that reflects the collective effort or results of Liberians and development partners. Presiding Justice in Chambers of the Supreme Court holds Joel Kogwe neutral decision on the release of suspect Thomas Erichi from police custody. And President Joseph Walker appoints Dr. Eric Botu as president of the Grand Chile University College, suspends NEC chairperson David Brown Lassanan for an indefinite period. And away from Liberia, Mozambique, new president Daniel Chipo sworn in at a low-cost Oki ceremony in the capital Maputo that was marked by an opposition boycott. These plus many more sports news bulletin are all packaged on today's edition of the program News Desk. We'll take a break to be right back. Many thanks for rejoining us. This program is sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. At this point, we join Naketa Roberts to set the pace with the reading of the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Justin. Good evening, everyone. As the government of Liberia officially launched the arrest agenda, President Joseph Walker says the agenda is more than just a plan. Rather, it is an agreement to reflect the collective results of Liberians and development partners to build an inclusive, resilient, and prosperous nation. Speaking at the launch of the arrest agenda and counties development agendas in Buchanan-Grand County on Wednesday, the Liberian leader said the launch of the agendas represents a renewed sense of purpose to secure continuous implementation of the Liberia 2030 vision, leading to a brighter future for every Liberian. He noted that with collective efforts, good governance, revive economy, modernize infrastructure, and improve education and healthcare, making sure every voice is heard through unity, inclusion, and ownership can help the country overcome the barriers of poverty and inequality. The Liberian leader, however, noted that to fully make progress on the arrest agenda, the country must address the realities of corruption, inadequate infrastructure, and limited access to education and health care. He further called for collaborative efforts from citizens, development partners, stakeholders to help in making the arrest agenda a reality for the betterment of the nation. President Joseph Walker has suspended Madam David Brown Lassanan, chairperson of the National Election Commission, for an indefinite period for actions in violation of the elections law. The suspension follows an investigation into recent protests by aggrieved NEC workers regarding administrative decision taken without proper consultation. According to the findings, Madam Brown Lassanan unilaterally announced the closure of the NEC office for 1 month and dismissed 25 employees without the knowledge or approval of the NEC Board of Commissioners as required by law. President Walker cited Article 2.1 and Section 2.10 of the elections law which vests the authority to conduct NEC affairs in the Board of Commissioners as a collective body. The law mandates that decisions involving corrective measures against employee must be taken in consultation with the board, not by the chairperson or any individual commissioner acting alone. While the committee constituted to investigate the grievances of NEC workers was actively addressing the matter, Madam Brown Lasana took a unilateral action, thereby undermining the integrity and stability of the institution, the president stated. The president expressed concern that such actions could badly impact the NEC's ability to conduct the by-election schedule within the next 2 months, while also citing a toxic working environment at the commission. The presiding justice in chambers at the Supreme Court has hearted Judge Torgbean Naketa decisions on the release of suspect Thomas Eterach from police custody. Suspect Eterach is one primary suspect that was linked to the burning of the Capitol building. Associate Justice Yami Wise's action was as a result of a petition for a rate of prohibition filed by government lawyers seeking to prevent Judge Naketa's January 13, 2025 release order to release the defendant. Justice Wise's stay order, according to our judicial correspondent, means suspect Thomas Eterach will remain in the police custody, and both parties' lawyers were cited for a legal conference scheduled for January 20th, 2025. Our judicial correspondent said the intent of Justice Wise's conference is to hear from the respondent's lawyer as to Judge Naketa's decision before making any decision on the matter. Prior to the Justice in Chamber decision, Judge Naketa released the defendant to his family members after he claimed of being allegedly tortured by the police. Thomas Eterach was charged for multiple offenses ranging from illegal possession of firearms, aggravated assault, criminal conspiracy, among others. President Joseph Boakai has appointed Dr. Eric Boto as president of the Grangida County Community College, GGCCC, following the recommendation of the Board of Trustees. In pursuance of Article 5, Section 1 of the Act establishing the GGCCC, the Board of Trustees solicited and reviewed applications for the position of president, and after a thorough evaluation process, the Board of Trustees submitted the names of 2 top candidates to the President of the Republic of Liberia for consideration. Based on the recommendations and in keeping with the mandate of the Act, His Excellency appointed Dr. Boto as President of the Grangida County Community College. Dr. Boto brings a wealth of experience in education, leadership, and community development, and his vision aligns with the strategic goal of the college. His leadership is expected to strengthen academic excellence, enhance the institution's capacity to serve the people of Grangida County, and foster growth in Liberia's education sector. The President commends the Board of Trustees for their diligent efforts and assures the public of his unwavering commitment to advancing education and ensuring that Liberians' institutions of learning remain centers of excellence. The Civilian Complaint Review Board has presented investigative report on the recent Kinjor incident to Justice Minister Councillor Uzwa Twe. It can be recalled in February 2024, aggrieved citizens of Kinjor, Grand Cape County staged a protest in demand of the resignation of the general manager of Beer Mountain Mining Company, David Allen, as well as improved benefits, health care, and basic social services. A protest which turned violent, with police allegedly firing bullets that led to the killing of 3 protesters by the Liberian National Police. Speaking last Tuesday during the presentation ceremony, the president of the Civilian Complaint Review Board, Councillor Sylvester Renning, disclosed that the report covers every aspect of the investigation, including visitations on the scenes of the incident, the hospital, police stations, and testimonies from some of the victims. To ensure that the board keep up to its task, the outgoing president of the Liberian National Bar Association, called on Justice Minister Councillor Uzwa to ensure that the Civilian Complaint Review Board is placed into the national budget. In response, Justice Minister Uzwa praised officials of the board for the level of work done so far, promising to present the report to the relevant agencies for onward actions. World Bank Director for Strategy and Operation Sustainable Development Practice Group, Ranil Saliman, has championed calls for Liberians to endeavor into rice production if the country must be self-sufficient. According to Saliman, rice being the nation's staple food, the need for citizens to get involved with the production cannot be overemphasized. Speaking Wednesday when the World Bank delegation paid a visit to the Starpea and Retrap project site in Farman, Bon County, Saliman disclosed that the purpose of their visit is to see progress be made in the production of rice in Farman by the cooperative. He further added that the visit seeks to find out challenges faced by the farmers and find amicable ways in addressing them. For his part, the president of the Farmer Cooperative, Prince Peter, lauded the World Bank and the government of Liberia for steps taken so far in supporting rice production in Liberia. He, among other things, named an irrigation station as one of the factors preventing the Farmer Cooperative from producing multiple times in a year. Officials at the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare is urging the general public to take advantage of the upcoming vaccination campaign against cervical cancer. Speaking on the Truth Breakfast show, the officials underscored the need of getting vaccinated earlier so as to avoid the cancer developing in full blooms. The officials emphasized that giving proper treatment for cancer in the country is more costly, adding that the country lacks necessary capacity. The health officials, however, encouraged the citizens to turn out for this health awareness as no charge is associated with it. A Liberian entrepreneur, David Sanutu, has identified the lack of access to finance as a major obstacle undermining the progress of small businesses in the country. Sanutu recounted the struggle small businesses owners on a goal to get money from the banks. According to David Sanutu, who is the chief executive officer of DKS Incubation Center, the lack of access to finance is a challenge to individuals with ideas to establish their own businesses. Speaking as guest speaker during the 10th anniversary of the Royal United Saving and Loan Association in Montserrat County, David Sanutu commended members of the association for organizing themselves aimed at generating resources to help each other. Out of Liberia now, Mozambique's new president, Daniel Chapo, has been sworn in at a low-key ceremony in the capital, Maputo, that was marred by an opposition boycott following heavily disputed elections. Most businesses in Maputo were shut and the streets largely deserted after defeated presidential candidate Banokio Madeni called for a national strike in protest. In his first presidential address, Chapo, 47, pledged to devote all of his energies to promoting unity and human rights in a nation scared by post-election violence. A local society group says that more than 300 people have been killed in clashes with security forces since elections in October. Chapo won with 65% of the vote, exceeding the 49-year rule of the Frelimo Party. That's the Bulletin of News. Is back to you, Johnson.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Myean TV.
Into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel?
The black barrel is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll take your data level.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
The news bulletin is a regular feature here on News Desk. If you're just joining us in one of our top developments, President Joseph Boakai appoints Dr. Eric Boto as president of the Grand Juda County Community College, suspends NEC chairperson David Brown Lassanon for an indefinite period. Let's bring you our first development on the program. As the government of Liberia officially launched the arrest agenda, President Joseph Boakai says the agenda is more than just a plan, rather it's an agreement to reflect the collective effort or result of Liberians and development partners to build an inclusive, resilient, and prosperous nation. Speaking at the launch of the arrest agenda at the county's development agendas in Buchanan and Grand Bassa County on Wednesday, the Liberian leader said the launch of the agendas represent a renewed sense of purpose to secure continuous implementation of the country 2030 vision, leading to a better future for every Liberian.
We're going to read let us see the opportunity to present strategies supported by ambitious program and addressing multidimensional poverty affecting significant of our population. The AID calls for a mindset shift that recognizes potential within every idea to drive national development, the support of our international goals, and to making the goals of each of us to require collective effort to embrace good governance, revitalize our economy, modernize our infrastructure, improve education and healthcare, and ensure that every home, including those of our women, the youth, and our work the way I used is the outcome of extensive consultations across all 136 administrative districts, 15 counties, and all 11 representative sectors. It reflects the aspirations of Liberians from all walks of life, farmers, entrepreneurs, youth, members of the diaspora, and individuals. Their voices have shaped a plan that prioritizes peace and reconciliation, digital transformation, and the operation of opportunity itself. We must address the realities of corruption, inadequate infrastructure, and limited access to education and healthcare. We confront these challenges directly, aligning with global frameworks such as the Sustainable Development Goals, Africa's Agenda 2063, and ECOWAS Vision 2050 to ensure a holistic, sustainable, and inclusive approach substance demands action. The AID lays out a robust implementation framework led by a National Steering Committee under my leadership, supported by the UN country team and dedicated technical and coordination teams at all levels. Monitoring and evaluation will be centered to ensure transparency, accountability, and continuous improvement. In this context, we must commit to mutual accountability to ensure that every dollar spent achieves the desired outcome. As we embark on the implementation phase, it is essential for all government institutions to realign their plans and operational framework to ensure their budgets reflect the goals of the arrest agenda. Let's always remember the thing Liberia, love Liberia, and build a good life.
He is President Joseph Boakai speaking Wednesday during the launch of the arrest agenda in the country's development agendas in Buchanan Grand Bassa County. The Surveillance Complaint Review Board has presented investigative report on the recent Kinjo incident to Justice Minister Councillor Oswald 12. It can be recalled in February 2024. Aggrieved citizens of Johnson Gbarntolmah County staged a protest in demand of the resignation of the general manager of the Mountain Mining Company, Gabby Allen, as well as provide benefits, health care, and basic social services, a protest that turned into violent. Speaking Tuesday during the presentation ceremony, the president of the Surveillance Complaint Review Board, Councillor Sylvester Rennie, disclosed that the report covers every aspect of the investigation, including invitations on the scene of the incident, the hospital, police station, and testimonies from some of the victims.
Visited all the scene, the recreation center, the police station, the clinic, where the session were allegedly killed, who were fired, the fence gate of the working to a part, and then we have decided to come in. When you read it, you realize that just as you have the chairman of this board being the president of the bar, similarly, all of the local presidents from the rural parts are also chairpersons of the community, whether that district council, county council, or the council, so I'm sure that if these people were effective, those are the first information will get on there to assist. So I must say here, I'll be party. What person will be coming in? The goal, people have to play something in the budget if the goal as a structure in the document. All of the meetings were held at the bar office. You don't have anything to say. Secondly, he has been with the rules and exploitation. He is one of the brains and he will be retiring along with you. But I want to appeal to you if you have to keep it more functional, keep it there. Other than that, because I will be coming in, I will not see already. It will be very much not present for the work of the book. So I will arrive and then you are our budget like there, so we will keep it there on consultancy. Very knowledgeable. He knows everything, information, what happened here and there. He was very familiar with the book. So I will make that appeal. If the book is supposed to be assisting you, then of course there are people there to help you. You know, he can train people, can tell you what are the activities that the book are involved in, those people that they made, the situation like as compared to the other situation, those are all the analysis that we're making. We use the situation in Western, that felt was shadowing us. Yeah, we have been put to look at it, it analyzed all of our activities. So the goal should be given the attention, even if somebody you put your project is good, or let me tell you, other than that, you know, we just do nothing, you know, we shall be put there, you know, thank you for allowing us to serve. I will be departing at the end of this one. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
He is Councillor Sylvester Rennie. He's the president of the Surveillance Complaint Review Board. They're presenting a comprehensive report to on the recent Kinjo Justice Minister Councillor Oswald praised officials of the board for the level of work done so far, promising to present the report to the relevant authorities for onward action.
Thanks to the member of the committee for the review. Thank you for the time and effort. This statutory committee on things that justice have decided the way we go back their responsibility and attention reference. So the committee considering to be all decided like using rules, that this board house see what you said. There's no perfectionism. Somebody do something, you made a mistake. Somebody got to see they made this and everything was done according to the way it should be done. So we follow, we do it done. The bad is done. Ricky, just that rule was actually so it can be protected. Because you know, society will so yeah, people so individual collective responsibility, you know, as a group, the collective responsibility to care of independently, correct? Thank you. And the statement by the chairperson will be taken. Yes, there should be a budget for the running office. But many things cannot do. You can't everything be possible here. Resources for that way. You only the resources that you the gasoline, the vehicle, you need stationary, you need staff. But when you have a government, I appreciate it to be given the relevant review, the relevant tourism thing, and the recommendation they try to implement it. But that's the purpose of a review of a report. Not to take it here and there. Taking review it, see the recommendation, and we'll show you this problem. You can generally, you sure that you need to specify here. I'm going to fracture and so can you for service to provide the very kind of position. You can use the right as a lawyer. So basically,
He is Justice Minister Consider Oswald 12. They're receiving comprehensive report on the recent King George incident there, and added on the heard the voice of the president of the Surveillance Complaint Review Board, who's considered Sylvester Rennie. World Bank Director for Strategy and Operations Sustainability Development Practice Group Rennie Seneman has championed calls for Liberians to endeavor into the production of rice if the country must be self-sufficient. According to Suleiman, rice being the nation's staple food, the need for citizens to get involved with its production cannot be overemphasized. Speaking Wednesday when the World Bank delegation paid a courtesy visit to the Star P and Retrap project site in former Bonkampe, Suleiman disclosed that the purpose of their visit is to see progress made in the production of rice in farmer by the cooperatives.
Happy to be here because I know that in Nigeria, rice is life, rice is food. Rice is so important to the diet of everybody in the country. Morning, lunchtime, evening, rice is needed. And rice is also really important to stability in the country, and it's important to your children and to their ability to grow and to be healthy. I also am here because I want to see the progress we're making in improving the productivity, improving how much rice we can harvest every year. Because if you do it right, you can get not 1 ton per hectare, maybe 2 tons or 3 tons or 5 tons. You can increase your yield, you can get more revenue, and you can do much more for your children, and you can do much more for your community, and much more for the country as well. So, working with the project and the partners that are here, and with the Rice Association and Federation, with the big producers, you can really have a better activity in my life. And so I look forward to seeing the harvest. I look forward to hearing how you are doing it, the problems you have, but also the solutions you have found. And I want to thank you for the wonderful welcome, for the singing, and I look forward to hearing your stories and what has changed and what more you dream of for this and for rice growing in Nigeria.
Rennie Suleiman is World Bank Director for Strategy and Operations Sustainable Development Practice Group in Liberia. They're speaking during a courtesy visit in Farmer District. By his part, the president of the Farmer Cooperative, Prince Peter, lauded the World Bank and the government of Liberia for steps taken thus far in supporting rice production in the country. He, among other things, named an incubation station as one of the factors preventing the farmer cooperative from producing multiple times in a year. According to him, the issue, when addressed, will help farmer cooperative to produce rice on a larger scale, something he said will help in the reduction of importation of rice in Liberia.
I would like to say a very big thanks to you, the government of Nigeria, in collaboration with the World Bank, that has made us to know the importance of farming and farm sufficiency. For decades, farmers have been below intelligence, many light environments. The least among the children of Mama Liberia, like David in a house of Joseph, poverty trees are the same very sound morality, and morality means there is a solution. So now we, the farmers of Liberia, have decided to explode. We are ready and passionate to the boom by the homes. In producing enough food for our country that will make us sustainable and self-sufficient like any other African country. We must extend our felicitations for the work done implementation pilots. First of all, the SASU. Connotation community have been existing without being known by the world, even limited in recognized by the community of Nigeria. When we start the one saying that there was of great existing in Liberia under the World Bank, we are brave enough that we put the link to write our proposal. And when start thinking about those lands, they felt that there was a need to invest on those lands. If Nigeria can be sustainable, there is a need to invest in conservation community. Conservation happy has been one of the brains behind our achievements and success. By upgrading us to this level, we have been heavily supported with so many equipment and high inputs. Among those equipment are 75 horsepower tractors, 8 tons trucks, 6 kVA generators, and so many fire inputs. We cannot name all. So we want to give bravo and congratulations to start projects for the numerous supports that have been given us. And one of the biggest.
He is the president of the Farmer Cooperative, Prince Peter the speaking. Later on, heard the voice of a World Bank Director for Strategy and Operational Sustainable Development Practice Group in Liberia, Randy Selimam. They are speaking when they paid a courteous visit to the Starpy and Retrap project site in Farmer District, Bon County. If you are just joining us, please be informed that you are in tune to News Desk. News Desk is a 45-minute presentation from the news department of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. And today is Wednesday, January 15, 2025. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah presenting. In the headlines, President Joseph Boakai says the arrest agenda is more than just a plan, but an agreement that reflects the collective results of Liberians and development partners. Presiding Justice in Chimera Supreme Court holds Judge Torgbean Nuta's decision on the release of suspect Thomas Repetra from police custody. President Joseph Boakai appoints Dr. Eric Botu as president of the Granjida County Community College, suspends NEC chairperson David Brown Larson for an indefinite period. And away from Liberia, Mozambique's new president Daniel Chipo sworn in at a low-key ceremony in the capital Maputo that was marked by opposition boycott. Let's bring you more developments on the program. Officials of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare is urging general public to take advantage of the upcoming vaccination campaign against the cervical cancer. Speaking on the Torgbean faction, the officials underscored the need of getting vaccinated earlier so as to avoid the cancer developing into full-blown.
And this virus also, aside of this cervical cancer, it has other form of manifestations. So we also see women with or men with growth around the private part, we call it genital wax. It's also caused by the same HPV virus. So that's how it's really sexually transmitted. That's why prevention is the key, and early detection and treatment is also very, very important, because if it gets to full-blown cancer, as Dr. Seo said, right now the country doesn't have the capacity to treat a full-blown stage 4, stage 5, stage 4 cervical cancer where you need radiotherapy and other advanced interventions. We don't have that. So we are urging the public to take advantage of this take your children to get vaccinated, get screening so that you don't get to the stage of full-blown cancer. Because cancer treatment worldwide, we know how costly it is, and families don't even have that amount. Government said we're not even have that amount to override the cost for one patient cancer treatment. So just at JFK, we just do the minimum, which is the chemotherapy. Just a cycle of chemo will cost somebody almost $500, and you might need probably 5 to 6 cycles. How many of our mothers, our fathers, our people can afford it? So early detection is very, very key. So I'll just pause it.
So I will speak to the last caller that asked about a contact. For now, we will give a contact that if you go to the hospital and people charge you, because our healthcare workers will be informed, they will be told that this particular awareness campaign is free of charge. There is no money attached to it. So if you go to our health facility and you encounter such, at each hospital that we will be doing this training, there are leadership.
There are some executives of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. They are giving the public to take advantage of the upcoming vaccination campaign against the cervical cancer. Is on the Truth But Facts show. A Liberian entrepreneur, David Sinutu, has identified the lack of access to finance as a major obstacle undermining the progress of small businesses in the country. Sinutu recounted the struggle small businesses owners undergo to get money from the banks. According to him, according to David Sinutu, who is also the chief executive officer of DKS Incubator Center, the lack of access to finance is a challenge to individuals with ideas to establish their own businesses. Speaking as guest during the 10th anniversary of Royal United Saving and Loan Association in Maswara County, David Sinutu commended members of the association for organizing themselves in generating resources to help one another.
I was asked to talk to you or to speak with you on the topic savings and loans through unity. So it brought my attention to the fact that this may be a kind of loan association, and indeed this is what it is. So, the issue about finance over time is a very challenging one, especially for businesses. Like we all know, Nigeria is a developing country. Our economy is one that we are all not happy with. So if you want to do business or you want to get a job and you can't find a job, you have some kinds of skills that can be transformed into business. And then having access to finance is also a challenge for those with ideas to get businesses started. So we understand that very well. As a matter of fact, working with many businesses for the last few years since 2022 gave us a better idea of how much struggle small businesses go through to get money. Sometimes you go to the bank, you can meet a requirement. For example, collateral. You must carry your land deed, or you must show your house, or you should have a property that you can pay the loan, it can be converted to what you've taken from the bank, and all of that. So many young people have their dreams that are never realized because of access to finance. And that we have such a very nice group that brings together people, both men and women, into an association that will help to mobilize resources to empower one another. We think is something that needs to be appreciated. For that, we want to say thanks to the organizers of this particular program. Let's begin with the concept of loan. Actually, it's a kind of financial arrangement where individuals or group of people like you are now can mobilize resources, and you can also use that particular money that you will be borrowing from the organization to do some things for yourself. We spoke about the business part. Some of us, we actually gather money from financial institutions because we have other things that we want to do other than business. Maybe we got land that we want to develop, or we got some school fees for kids that we want to pay, or some people have a need to buy a car, or maybe you got other things that you want to do for which you need a particular loan. So they go ahead to credit money from a lending institution to accomplish that particular goal that you want to accomplish. So that it gives you that access for you to have money and for you to invest that money into something that in the future is going to bring you some return.
David Sinutu is a Liberian entrepreneur and the chief executive officer of the KS incubation center. The speaking also during the ceremony, the village agent of the Royal United Saving and Loan Association, Madam Prosper Last Matthew, noted that the vision of the association is to empower members and family to achieve their goals.
Our aim and objectives of this organization is to bring unity among the members and a good moral relationship, to aid members of the organization in time of financial need, to empower members through financial aid, to encourage and train interested persons in saving their money through the organization, to promote love and unity among members, to obtain minimum interest on money and loan. The activities: women empowerment, save money, give affordable loan, 10% interest on each loan. Member education, financial inclusion, community development, and sustainability. Vision of the organization: to be the leading focused saving and loan association, empowering individuals and families to achieve their goals. Mission: our mission is to provide accessibility, financial services, promote saving, and offer affordable loan to other members, encouraging economic growth and improving the qualities of life in our various communities.
She is the village agent of the Royal United Saving and Loan Association, Madam Prosper Matthew. The speaking, the president of the organization is David Casserly. He also made these remarks.
Almost 96%. We have established branches in Babu, Lima, Malkibi, and Montserrat. We have 45 members in Babu, 85 in Lima, 35 in Malkibi, 312 in Montserrat. We also raised amount of $802,740 for the year. But we have some problems when it comes to saving. Acts that government have to look into this. The trust in the banks are off, and individuals saving this money into their houses is troubling. So we ask those out from the government arm here, that should go with the banks to see how well or how best they can work with these local organizations when it comes to saving and disbursing their funds. And the next is every year we try to satisfy all of our members.
David Casserly is the president of the Royal United Saving and Loan Association, organization established in over 5 countries in Liberia, and added on the heard the voice of Madam Prosper Matthew. She is the village agent of the association, and you also heard the voice of David Sinantu, who served as one of the speakers during the 10th anniversary of the Royal United Saving and Loan Association in Montserrat County, taking us home on today's edition of the Program News Desk. But as we take leave of you, a recap of our major developments. President Joseph Boakai says the Arise agenda is more than just a plan or an agreement that reflects the collective results of Liberians and development partners. Presiding Justice in Chamber at the Supreme Court halts Judge Kobe Nuta's decision on the release of suspect Thomas Aritri from police custody. President Joseph Boakai appoints Dr. Eric Botu as president of the Granjida County Community College, suspends NEC chairperson David Etebra Lassana for an indefinite period. And away from Liberia, Mozambique, new president Daniel Chipo sworn in at a low-key ceremony in the capital Maputo that was marked by an opposition boycott. Love to say many thanks to our writers, contributors, correspondents for making today's edition of the program a success. Thanks to our sponsors, Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. Naketa Roberts was here with the reading of the news bulletin. Myean Torgbean set up control and produce our sounds and also control our cameras. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah. I presented. Good night.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
True FM, 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll keep your plate level.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah.
Welcome to News and Analysis, 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Myean TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.